Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film, The Future. A couple, played by Hamish Linklater and Miranda July, who is also the writer-director, they are going to adopt a cat in 30 days because the cat has it has a cast on its paw. So their cat has one paw is okay, and this paw they hurt and it has a cast on it. The cat's name is Paw Paw. The adoption place won't let them have the cat for 30 days, so then they decide to change their lives because they know they're going to have just this little extra bit of responsibility. So they want to live their lives to the fullest in these last 30 days before they get this cat, who they originally thought would only live for 6 months, but it turns out if they care for it, could live up to 5 to 6 years. It's about these people kind of thinking about their future. She says, like, in 5 years we'll be 40, and then after that we'll be 50, and then it's all over. You know, and it's like kind of like looking at the future with a lot of dread and like, oh, we better change our lives, and they like quit their jobs, have more of a conscience, like he helps people buy trees to plant to make LA better, and she's gonna make these dance videos, like a dance video every day. They basically try to give their lives more meaning and like that they actually did something before this cat comes into their lives. They're kind of like total losers, you know? And that's kind of part of their charm, that like, you know, that they need to cut off the internet and they need to do this because they feel like they haven't been doing enough with their lives. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I think ultimately, you know, I mean, this film has a happier message than I would, that like, you know, you do all this stuff, but then eventually you'll go back to like who you were before. You'll become your old shitty self once again. But I think part of the charm of this movie is that it has kind of a really optimistic spirit when it goes into things. It doesn't mean that there'll be an optimistic result, but going into this idea, they're very optimistic about it. Like this is going to be for the better. I think going to this film, you have to have a level of optimism and kind of open-mindedness, because it is a little weird and strange, and like it does kind of a lot of bizarre things that in context makes sense. I think works really well for the film and the theme and everything. Like when I left, people were like, oh, it's like, you know, parts of it were like they're on acid or something, you know, and you know, it's just like typical. I quite like the film. It's really about them coming to terms with responsibility, because they've never really taken on that much responsibility. It's like they've been avoiding it for all this time, and so now they're like going headfirst into it, or at least what they think responsibility is. And that's like kind of your future is accepting responsibility, or at least it should be. It's interesting that they both look kind of alike. I've heard other critics mention that Miranda July kind of puts herself into these characters. You know, they're all different versions of her. Both her boyfriend and her are definitely kind of like different sides of her, it feels like. I don't know how true that is, but there's a lot of funny moments, and it's a fun movie. You really have to be able to go with it. If you can't go with it and get into it, I don't think you'll like it. You know, just keep an open mind so we can all get inside. As funny as it is and as charming as it is, it'll break your heart. It's really a full movie. It's a good movie. I recommend it. So if you have seen The Future and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to. You think a cat would even like a name like Paw Paw? Paw Paw. What's the cat's name, Buster? Paw Paw.